Hello, everybody. It is Matt, and it is Fiendish Friday, and I am back at you with yet another review. Before I roll on to any of that, I want to wish each and every one of you a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, all that lovely stuff, because life really is too short as is. Do me a really huge favor and like, share, and subscribe. I love seeing your beautiful faces when you are here. I know I'm here an awful lot, but I have an awful lot on my plate to review. And one last little tidbit of information. Today I give you, in the description box, check that out, I give you your brief synopsis, starring cast, director, runtime of the cut I watched, along with a link for a trailer, a link for where you can pay to rent this one. It's only $3.99, I believe, on Amazon Prime. And then if you decide, you can help support Matt's Movie Mania and toss me a couple of bucks. Now that I got all that said in mind and all that out of the way, let's roll on to the film of the day. Wow, what an interesting little film it is. It is the very first film I've ever seen from Bangladesh, which is over in Asia. Very interesting film. I was pleased that it wasn't entirely subtitled, because sometimes I just am not in the mood for a full subtitled movie. But this one worked out. It worked out perfect, in my opinion, on that end. It has just the right amount of subtitles to where you're not finding yourself reading the entire movie. Not that that's a bad thing. Like I said, I just have to be in the mood for that. Now, the movie is MR-9, Do or Die. This one came out in 2023, or at least it was filmed in 2023. I'm not sure if it has any kind of physical release. I just know that it's streaming on Prime, YouTube video, and then there was a couple others that it's on. But I believe Prime and YouTube were the cheapest out of the two. So I point out that. It runs at about an hour and 46 minutes without credits. It's got a very interesting cast. I recognized Michael Jai White, I think is how it's pronounced. I'm sorry, Michael Jai White, in there from lots of cool stuff like Spawn and what is the Black Dynamite. That movie was just epic that he was in. But he's also been in stuff like Batman: The Dark Knight Returns. He's just a great actor. I'm a huge fan of Michael Jai White. Then we had another name I recognized in there was Frank Grillo. I recognize him from the very amazing movie with Jake Gyllenhaal called End of Watch. As a matter of fact, I kind of want to watch it now because it's such a phenomenal piece of film. But back to this one at hand. What exactly is MR-9 Do or Die about? Well, I have not seen any of the other MR-9 movies. It looked like there were several, but this one, I feel like you can watch it without knowing any of the real past. It's basically like a Bangladeshian 007 in ways. It's really cool. Lots of action, lots of hand-to-hand combat. Along with gun combat. It's really, really cool in that end. It starts out with our character MR-9. He is called off to do this job where he has to go save a hostage that has been taken by these terrorists who are going to blow up this building that he is in. You later find out that that building was filled with all kinds of arsenal and other things like that down in the basement. All that was all lost, though. I mean, they could just tell what it was. They just couldn't really, there was also some kind of product that was unknown to man, or not unknown to man, but was unidentifiable, excuse me. That's what I mean, unidentifiable. So it's really interesting, and then it moves on to you find out who's doing this. Then you're introduced to Frank Grillo's character. Him and his brother are an interesting duo. The brother is more into the lavish, luxurious style of life, because they're both filthy rich because of their robotics company, which Frank Grillo's character went blind, and he was able to use a robotic prosthesis for both of his eyes, and he is able to see again. It is quite an interesting story. But then you got our MR-9 going along and fighting all these bad guys along the way. It's just really an epic movie that I feel like most of you should watch, especially if you want a fun action movie that is a lot like a James Bond movie, but a slightly different, at least. It's just as cliche as a Bond movie, but I really enjoyed this. As far as the three things that I love my movies to meet, the first thing is audio. The audio is very good in this. I didn't have any troubles with hearing or understanding any of the characters. I think that they did a very top-notch job on that. It's very crisp, cool, and clean, as I like to say. This has a very high production value. So I look at it like it was a Bangladeshi and Hollywood movie. That's how high a production value this has. It's probably got the highest production value that I've reviewed in a long time, in my opinion. So it gets an A on that audio end. The second thing is dialogue. The dialogue is very interesting. It does get a little predictable in some places as far as what they're going to say, like, oh, they're going to say something along these lines or whatnot. But it is still very good. It's hip new dialogue. It's not old and outdated. It's how I feel a lot of younger people still talk, or at least not youngish people. I mean, like people in their 30s to mid 40s would talk, in my opinion. So I'm going to give it another A there. Now, as far as editing goes, I think it's edited rather well. It keeps a nice steady pace. It doesn't get boring. It constantly puts its foot on the gas pedal and keeps a forward momentum. I really liked that about this. Like I said, it runs at 1 hour and 48 minutes. I hardly could tell that it was that long because it just went by so smooth and so fast. And I love the MR-9 character. I think he's really cool. He definitely puts all the James Bonds, the modern ones, on notice on who could be pretty good. You know, I mean, the guy's really cool. So the editing is going to get another A on that end because it's done so smoothly, and it, like I said, that pacing is just on key. And so I'm going to give it an A on that. Now, as far as my 1 through 5 scale goes, it's not quite a 5. It's actually more like a 4.5 out of 5. I would have liked to give it that 5, but it needed just a little bit more to give me that, a little more, just a pinch more blood. You know, there's a lot of blood in this, but no, not really. But I think a little more backstory in the MR-9 character would have been nice, but I understand that there's several movies in the franchise, and it's kind of pointless to do a backstory of a character in each and every one of those. So I would like to track down some more of these MR-9 MR-9 films and check them out because I liked what I saw. So, alright guys, I hope you guys hop on Amazon Prime or YouTube and rent this bad boy and give it a watch. I'll be back on here on Sunday with another review. Next week I might do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday again because I have a lot of stuff to review right now, and it's really cool. It's plentiful times. All right, guys, love your faces, and as always, peace.